Folks, unfortunately, the summer days are winding down. And when it comes to youth sports in the city of Boston, one of the biggest events this time of year is the BNBL Championships at the Reggie Lewis Center. Things kicked off on Monday with the girls' BNBL Championships, where the Showstoppers were once again competing in all three division games. And it looked to sweep the girls' side of the ball for the third year in a row. Let's head out to the Reggie Lewis Center in Roxbury for some highlights. First up, we got the girls' 13 and under championship game. Showstoppers taking on Leahy Halloran. Pick it up in the first half. Showstoppers get the steal. Gianna Gibson on the other end scores the bucket. She caps off a 7-0 run for the Showstoppers there early in the first. Later on in the half, it's Claire McCarthy going coast to coast for the layup for Leahy Halloran. She cuts the Showstoppers lead to 1. Under a minute to go in the first half. It's Gibson again, this time knocking down the trifecta. 15-6 was the lead at the half for the Showstoppers. Second half now, and it's Lola Griffin off the nice cut. Cuts the Showstoppers lead down to 7, but it was all Showstoppers after that. Sienna Gibson once again slicing through the defense for the bucket right there. 10-point lead for the Showstoppers. Then later on in the second half, it's Julia Armano getting the basket in one. Showstoppers would go on to win this one 34-18. They take home the girls 13 and under championship. Next up, it's going to be the girls 15 and under championship game. Shelburne Alphas taking on the Showstoppers. First half, it's Ciara Gibson. She played in both championship games. Lines up a 3. Looks like deja vu from that first game. Puts the Showstoppers up by 1. We're now tied up at 7 when it's Jordan Hunter Coleman. With a great catch and the score, Shelburne Alphas go up 9-7. Later on in the half, Kiara McIntyre connects from long distance. 8-point lead for the Alphas. But then later on in the first, it's Kiara Daly scoring inside off the window. Showstoppers down by 1 at the half. Second half now, it's Gibson on the break, scoring in traffic, puts the Showstoppers up by 5. Game now tied up at 30. Here with just over 2 minutes left to go. Mackenzie DeLiba with the bump, but she still scores inside. 2-point lead for the Showstoppers. Under 2 minutes to go. Kiara McIntyre, great steal right there, gets the layup, ties it up at 32 apiece. What a game we had here in the girls 15 and under division. Less than a minute to go. Crazy thing happens right here. Showstoppers with 6 players on the floor. They get a technical. Shelburne Alphas would hit one of the 2 free throws off the technical, and they would hang on to win 33-32 when they win the girls 15 and under BNBL Championship. Then, final game of the night, it was the girls 18 and under championship game. Showstoppers taking on the Wolfpack. First half, Carly Herrinen with the runner for the Wolfpack, cuts the Showstoppers lead down to 2. Then next possession is Talia Countryman off the steal. She takes it in for the layup, scores for the Showstoppers. Then later on in the half, it's Miara Carter. She's going to step into the jumper right there, puts the Showstoppers up by 10. Then a little later on, it's Carter with the steal. Finds Deja Jenkins out on the break with a tough layup inside here by Jenkins. 26-6 was the score at the half. Showstoppers up by 20. Second half now. It's Miara Carter off the up fake, scoring inside, puts the Showstoppers up by 24. And then later on, it's Serena Smith with the pull-up 3. She had 4 3-pointers in this one. Showstoppers go on to win easily 62-30. They win the girls 18 and under division championship for the 3rd year in a row. Yeah, that was a heck of a game in the girls 15 and under division. And as usual, the girls raised the bar pretty high for the boys the following night. But unlike the girls, the dominant team on the boys' side did not have a chance at the 3rd sweep in the championship games. The Lee School had swept all 3 boys divisions over the last 2 seasons, but only 1 Lee School team competed in the 18 and under game this time around, which means we had new champions in the first 2 divisions. Let's head back to the Reggie for night 2 of the BNBL Championships. First up, it's the boys 13 and under game. You got the Spartans taking on the Panthers. That's the Spartans right there. That's Coach Joe Chapman. First half, Brandon Bennett with the steal. He's going to get the layup right here for the Spartans. That caps off a 6-0 run to start off the game for that Spartans team. Later on in the half, it's Derek Correa. He's going to squeeze home that layup for the Panthers. Cuts the Spartans lead down to 5. Minute 30 left to go here in the first half. Jamari Hamilton Brown on the break. Scores off the window. Spartans were up 23-4 at the half. Second half now is Tony Felder knocking down the jumper. He puts the Spartans up by 24. And later on, it's Brandon Bennett. Top of the key. Going to bury the 3 right there for the Spartans as they go on to win 50-8 In the boys 13 and under division, they are the 13 and under champs. Redline taking on the Titans in the boys 15 and under division. That's Redline right there. Pick it up in the first half. It's the Titans on the break. Alexis Reyes scores underneath. Titans go up 6-2 early on. Later on in the first, Khalil Lofton glides in for the bucket, and he ties the game up at 8 apiece. Now just under 5 minutes left to go in the half. It's Christian Andrews scoring the hoop for the Redline. They go up by 1. But then this guy gets going. Terrence Clark with a beautiful elbow jumper right there for the Titans. Then a little bit later, it's Clark with a runner inside, score the hoop and the foul. Titans lead 24-16 at the break. Second half now, Titans up by 11. Terrence Clark goes baseline, two-handed flush for the big fella. He puts the Titans up by 13. But it's Redline not going away too easily. William Samuels knocks down the trifecta, cuts the lead down to 7. Then it's Christian Andrews with the steal, the hoop, and the harm for Redline. They get it to as many as 5, but it was the Titans who hung on to win 47-40. They win the boys 15 and under BNBL Championship. Final BNBL game of the season. The boys 18 and under championship. Surf City taking on the Lee School. Lee School in the light blue. Pick it up in the first half. Maurice Works explodes to the bucket. Ties the game up at 6 apiece early on. Later on in the first, Jaron Ligadoni goes baseline for the layup, ties it up at 8 apiece. Lee School then goes to work. Javon Jones lays it down nicely to David Mitchell. Lee School led 30-18 at the half. Second half now, it's Surf City's Jamari Coakley stuffing it home in traffic. He keeps Surf City close. Ensuing possession, it's Coakley to Edward Hassel for the layup. Surf City trails by 11, but the Lee School closed the game out really well. AJ Reeves, turnaround jumper right there for the Lee School. He puts them up by 14. Then it's Jaron Ligadoni here for Surf City with a nice drive and scoring over the top, but Lee School was just too tough down the stretch. Reeves gonna get the steal right here. He finds DeJour Dunkley in the open floor. He scores the layup. Lee School goes on to win 66-51, and they capture the boys 18 and under championship for the 3rd year in a row. The talent in all 3 of those games is just off the charts. Of course, that marks the end of the BNBL season, but believe it or not, high school football is just around the corner, with the season kicking off here in Boston on Friday, September 8th. For now, that'll do it for sports here in the city. We'll see you next time on Boston Neighborhood Sports.